And here we are again with Dawn Veteran and another instalment of One Man's Struggle. Alright, I finished up last time by selling some of my crap. I've now procured a bit more of that.
See anything you like?
See if we can find a better weapon or better armour. Nice shield would be good. A waste of money at this point. Alright, nothing there for us. Let's take her out for another run. So we managed to reach the underground transit last time. Like we've dived straight into the middle of the thick of the troublemakers. Alrighty, that takes care of that. Let's have a quick look at yeah, the keg room. To be honest with you, I'm finding this gameplay fairly unsatisfying. I mean, it's engaging, you have to stay with it. You gotta stay with your character. Otherwise, it's quite easy to mess up and die. Really trying to kill shit like this is just a chore. So I've got to worry about my damage, I've got to worry about my health, I've got to worry about who's attacking me, how many of them there are, and whether I can tank them or not, whether I've got to run away, whether I've got to split up the mobs, draw them out, all that sort of shit. And that's basically been the way it's been since level 1. And I dare say that's the way it's going to be right to the end. I mean, obviously, as you can see, it forces you to try and play smarter. So you're using your environment for cover, trying to think more tactically about combat, position your character better. Try and dodge some incoming damage. Generally speaking, it just doesn't feel very satisfying. You know you're playing a subpar build. And it feels like it. So, it definitely is a struggle. By comparison, I've just been playing in my own time, I've just been playing a tank build using Cadence as my damage source. And running some pretty high defense and health. And even though it takes ages to kill anything, it's the whole experience is a lot more satisfying. Whereas here I'm finishing off the mobs pretty quickly, but still the build doesn't feel satisfying because it's weak. You know it's not going to survive very long if you just try to tank shit with it. So it doesn't even have that going for it. Oh, just keep struggling along.
I can't carry anymore.
You might wonder why I'm picking up all this shit, but it's mainly just to sell it to make enough coin to feed my potion addiction, which has actually slowed down a bit since I got Overguard. Yeah, I said in my thread too earlier that I enjoyed having to engage every mob in games like Dark Souls, but the combat system itself is a lot more engaging too. Whereas here basically I'm just using my attack and my defense, and I'm not really having to do anything more than that. More a case of monitoring my life, what my health status is at any given time. Alright, let's level up. Oh, I stirred something up over there. Let's
My
grab,
inventory is full.
I'll grab that. It's going to be better than what we've got. There we go, a bit of physical resistance and a bit of defense rating. That's better than what we've got anyway. Our last Aether Crystal, 60 odd percent. Let's have a look. So we're actually getting to a point where it's build is on a balance edge between stacking enough defense and stacking enough offense. So every time I level up I consider that, does it need offense or defense for the next level? I consider the environment where I am, what enemies are coming up, whether I'll level up before I meet a major challenge or shit like that, and then try to allot my points. Try to allot my points appropriately. At this point we're going to take another one in Overguard, which increases our damage absorption to 28%, raises our defensive ability, increases my health regen, and shield decreases shield recovery time. 100% stun, reduced stun duration too, which is quite handy against some of these guys. Certainly good against the Warden, and good against characters like the elite soldiers. Right, so let's go and see what we've stirred up. Poison is actually a much bigger factor in this patch than it has been previously. I remember when we were playtesting B24, the devs had the poison damage cranked up to some crazy level. I toned it down a little bit, but it still is a lot more prominent. As opposed to other DOT damage types, etc.
That skill's not ready.
Oh. You can see we're having to work the crowd now. So much for overcoming my potion addiction, though. So as you can see, I can't quite get comfortable. There's no real comfort zone here with this build. Buzz off. I've got old stinky bum Abner on me ass too now. Fuck me dead. Man, that's rank. Far out. Ah, filthy, that's even worse. You're just filthy, mate.
I can't carry anymore.
That looks like it'll be useful. Provided we get a nice roll on the vitality. At this point we'll do that. Let's try a bit of extra mobility in favour of the defensive stats. As you can see, we're still doing enough damage to one-shot the rest of these guys. It's trash mobs. So that's the biggest problem with this build, is just having to deal with the sheer amount of mobs and the incoming damage that results. So many guys that you're all trying to smash you at the same time. So really the game is, as I said in the thread, the game is currently balanced around wholesale slaughter of a large number of enemies, which means AoE skills are going to be king. All of this shit, man. I hit one, I get 5 hits in return. Crawled up out of the sewer by the look of that. refuge behind the wall. And I get pizzled by these guys over here. Yeah, so obviously this is the other end of the balance spectrum, and you know, having played this and experienced it, I sort of feel like Grim Dawn's in a pretty good place, balance-wise, you know, single target versus AoE sort of setup. Because at the moment, it's a lot of fun to play. Generally speaking, the game runs pretty fluidly, combat's reasonably fluid, it all runs fairly smooth, fairly good diversity in ways you can dispatch your enemies. You don't get mired down in encounters like this, so you just got to keep backing up. Keep looking to divide and conquer. You know, even if Overguard had a slightly better cooldown. And what is it, 30 seconds or some shit? That's just crazy you build like this. So with Overguard I can stand around and do a bit of damage, but as soon as it shuts off, it's all over. Now 30 seconds is a fair bit of time to wait, like, it's still not ready. And I'm already up to my next encounter, so... The only problem is if you're running an AoE build, you know, you run the risk now of making Overguard too powerful in an AoE context. So really I think it's better just to accept that you know, if you want to have a lot of mobs to kill, then you're going to have to run AoE as the king. And builds like this, while they can be enjoyable to some people, just going to have to be considered suboptimal. So about then, I think that's sort of cool down, seems like a fair run for Overguard, you know, every 10 or 15 seconds. If I can hit that, it'll make life a lot more enjoyable. But that's all part of the struggle. And the reality of the way most of these games are balanced these days. So you can see, even taking a hit on the DPS, the character's still able to hold his own. And the extra health will actually be handy against heavier single target bosses and stuff. So we got the level up, and what we're going to do now, I was guessing that'd be the case. We may even get another one before we get to the warden. We're getting enough defense at the moment. We can drop a couple into offense. There. Up arrow A, we've got a percentage increase on that. It's really what I'm sort of shooting for here. I'd love to max the demo line actually and take it up to there, 50 points. But it'd also be useful for me to pick up even these soldier skills through here as well as those in the long term. I'm guessing that the extra attack speed and OA, DA plus all of these passives are going to serve me better than just stacking a fuckload of damage by maxing out the fire strike line. I could be wrong, but in terms of survivability and utility in being able to get through the game reasonably quickly, the build seems to be more efficient if it can stay around in a crowd and tank mobs for a period of time without having to constantly backpedal. So I'm thinking that's originally I had planned to do that, to get to there, max out that mastery bar, but rethinking it and also having just finished playing a tank build, which was a pure tank build. This is going to be more of a hybrid. I think at least trying to get up to here and that mastery bar would be, and putting quite a few points into field command, squad tactics, decorated soldier, veterancy of course because of the shield block chance. Shield defense is going to be a pretty big part of this character. I'd love to be able to take, actually I might even look at that, I might take shield bash too as a secondary attack. That might be handy. I don't know whether that's a big AoE. I don't think so, I think it's only single target. So there's a stun component in shield bash as well, so that might help me out a bit. So at this point that's what we're looking at. But at the moment we want to stack a little bit more damage, I think. So open up the character sheet now. So for that we've only gained about 3 points of damage per second. Always that option too. 2% is going to be like 1 DPS, 1 extra DPS, so let's rock back over here to the soldier, keep climbing the tree. There we go. Alright, that's it for this instalment of One Man Struggle. I hope you're enjoying the struggle and put up with all my whinging and moaning. Catch you again. See yous.